What's going on, guys? I got kind of tired of playing a bunch of lower tiers like Little Cup and NU, so I decided to hop on Showdown and play a bunch of OU with this new team I made, and among the like 13 turn battles, I have this really good one. So, yeah, the teams are very similar, but I thought it was a good battle, so let's just get right onto the team preview. So that team, as you can probably see, is very similar to my team. We both have Polytoads, Volcaronas, Tentacruels, and Ferrothorns. We also both have Dragon types, his being a Dragonite and mine being a Scarf Latios. It's a Banded Terrakion, a specially defensive Ferrothorn, a Subtoxic Tentacruel, and a offensive rain-themed Volcarona with Hurricane, which is a lot of fun to use, actually. The only thing I can see on his team that's really threatening is the Dragonite and the Volcarona, because if my Ferrothorn's gone, then Dragonite can do a lot of work if it's Dragon Dance, and Volcarona is just kind of a threat in general. Also, that Jirachi could be really annoying depending on its set, but regardless, let's just get right on with the battle. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and lead off with my Latios, thinking that he would lead off with his rain. That seems to be a thing with same weather versus same weather, is that people are like, oh no, you set up the weather, no, you set up the weather. But anyway, I'm gonna Side Shock as he goes into his Ferrothorn. Doesn't do anything, as you know, as you would expect. So I go into my Terrakion as he Thunder Waves me. Why, dude? Thunder Wave. Why Thunder Wave? But regardless, he's just going to switch into his Polytoad. Getting a close combat on this thing would have been really useful. Or, I guess, in my case, a Stone Edge. I think I went for a Stone Edge, but it doesn't really matter. I can just go into my Tentacruel. Be prepared for CMOS Dead to do a ton of work in this game, I swear. Because it's Subtoxic, I can just kind of set up a sub on his switch, which is very nice. It means that I can fire off Scalds and not Toxics, because he has well, he has the Steel typing, but I can fire off Scalds, get the burn. Nice. It's very useful. And it appears as if his only attacking move is Iron Head and, as you'll see later, Ice Punch, which probably means that he's not the average flinching set. And here I make a bad play. I thought he would break my sub again instead of wishing, which was a bad play by me, because I could have just killed him with 2 Scalds. He goes for the Ice Punch here, I guess expecting that to break my sub or something, but anyway, here, I believe, yeah, I predict him to go for one of those moves, and I go into my Volcarona, then that I can set up, and he had Thunder that whole time. But what was that? That made no sense. But anyway, thankfully it didn't paralyze me, which means that I can switch, because I don't want my Volcarona getting paralyzed, so I can just switch into my Terrakion, but he actually switches into his Tentacruel. A paralyzed Terrakion, that's nothing to write home about, so I'm just gonna, you know, let it die to fodder as he goes for the Surf, not Scald. I'll have to keep that in mind. So I go to my Latios. I predict the Ferrothorn, go for the trick, give that thing a Scarf. That's going to be crucial later in the game. I'm gonna go into a Ferrothorn of my own. He locks himself into Thunder Wave. I'm not surprised, to be honest. And he goes into his Tentacruel. I'm just gonna get up my Stealth Rocks. Sorry about that, there are people outside. And here I'm gonna Leech Seed him, just kind of baiting him to go for the Rapid Spin, so I can get a safe switch into my Volcarona. And now here I calced this. At +1, I could live a rain-boosted Scald. Only one problem with that plan. I kind of forgot that he killed my Terrakion with a Surf and not Scald, and Surf will easily be able to kill me, and that kind of messes up my whole plans, although, you know, Dragonite could have done that too, but I was planning on Hurricane and that, whatever. It just means that I get another switch into CMOS Dead, set up another sub on the switch, which is just great. It's nice, really. And because of Black Sludge and Rain Dish, it means that I can get back to like half of what my subs were. I managed to burn the Dragonite. That's really useful for like multi-scale and breaking all ways. He breaks my sub with the Thunder, which shows me that he is a special variant, Rain Abuser, So I'm just going to switch into my Ferrothorn. He does have leftovers, so he can change his moves at will, but I don't really care. I just kind of want to set up Stealth Rocks for that Volcarona, because that thing is a huge threat. You know, like I said in the team preview, my team can't really handle Volcarona. But for some reason I lead Fuse it. That's a little weird. And I get paralyzed here, which kind of sucks. I believe I can get up my Stealth Rocks right here. Yes I do. This is where I get up my Stealth Rocks. We just trade rocks for rocks. I'm gonna have to spin those away later, which is pretty easy because my Tentacruel seems to be doing a lot of work in this game. He's gonna switch right into his Volcarona. I'm gonna switch back into Seamoss Dead. And I guess, you know, if he saw from later in the battle, this thing kind of destroyed my Volcarona. His Tentacruel did. So I'm not sure why he stayed in, because he could have just came back in and lived on 1%, but whatever. Just means that I can fire off some more Skulls, get the burn on the Ferrothorn. Look at Tentacruel burn on all these things. But because he is a Scarf Ferrothorn, it doesn't mean that he can do much. And now he's locked into Leaf Seed when I set up a substitute, so that's just kind of whatever. It means that he'll have to switch at the very least, and that's going to be really useful because it means that I will be able to kill his Jirachi with 2 Scalds, and I actually managed to get him on the get him with the Rapid Spin, and that's going to be useful also because, you know, residual damage Stealth Rocks. You can put 2 and 2 together. Scald is going to be a 2-hit KO, which is nice because he doesn't have Protect because he has 3 attacking moves and Wish, which I don't like. I honestly like Jirachi with Protect. He's going to break myself with a Thunder. That Wish is going to be completely wasted. So, yeah, he's just going to go into his Dragonite now. He's at 33%. And I'm just going to switch into my Latios, as predicting the Thunder, and unfortunately I get paralyzed. But, at the same time, I know that I can live a Hurricane, or at least I think I can, but he doesn't even try that. He just goes right into his Ferrothorn. Because I tricked him with Scarf, I can now switch up my moves, which means that I can actually kill the Ferrothorn with a Draco Meteor instead of having to Psyshock again, excuse me. And basically, the only thing I need to do is kill Tentacruel, and then this whole game will be in the bag. And for some reason, he sends out his own Tentacruel. But that's going to be easily 2-hit KO'd by Psyshock. And because I got the leftovers from his Ferrothorn, I'm actually going to be able to live the next Ice Beam on 1%. Which means that I can kill off the Tentacruel, which means that my own Tentacruel will be able to do massive, just gigantic amounts of work. So he's just gonna go into his Politoed, kill me off with an Ice Beam, that's whatever. That just gives me a safe switch into my Tentacruel, and yeah, because of my Stealth Rocks, that Volcarona is gonna die upon switching. That Dragonite is going to die pretty easily, and this Politoed just can't do much, and I can actually do stuff against it because I'm Subtoxic. So yeah, I'm just gonna Toxic him, as for some reason he stays in, trying to break myself with an Ice Beam. I'm not sure if that crit mattered on the Ice Beam. I'm gonna assume it didn't, because this thing is just so bulky. Has actually the most special defense of all poison types. I learned that on PO in the trivia games. He's just gonna switch into his Dragonite now. He's gonna die to the burn, I believe. Does he die to the burn? He dies to the burn, which just gives me a safe switch, or gives me a safe sub. Volcarona's gonna die to rocks, and that just leaves his Politoed. You're gonna see me trying to kill it with Scalds, and then just kind of getting bored and switching into my Ferrothorn here. So, I don't really want to let the music play out, but at the same time, I'm not sure how to narrate this. Well, Scald's not doing a lot. Yeah, Surf finally breaks my sub. I don't know why this guy didn't break my sub with Thunder with that Jirachi, like, all those times. Anyway, like I said, I'm just gonna switch into my Ferrothorn, and Power Up's gonna easily KO that Politoed. So yeah, I thought that was honestly a pretty good game. You know, 44 turns, kind of a break from all these really short battles that I've been having. And yeah, it was pretty funny seeing like one team overpower almost the exact same team. So yeah, good game, Q, all those Qs, and yeah, thank you all very much for watching. and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.